What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Last episode we were talking about getting ourselves into space so that way we can get some more resources. This episode what we're going to do is we need to work on the door so that way we can try to hide the thing so it's not obvious that there is a silo underneath where the wind turbines are. Let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, so last episode we built the drilling rig, got that set up. You might also notice that I have some different pillars for the wind turbines. I realized once I was going through some of the mods that we have in the game, or in this world, what's it called? Wind turbine. There's a few different wind turbines that you could actually put from this mod. I guess they're all the same mod? Not sure. That's 5 megawatt, 10 megawatt. I think the one I'm using is the regular one. I have no idea how many megawatts that is, but I guess these are a little bit stronger. Not sure. Yeah, I'll have to figure this all out. And this one is a 25 megawatt. I did check it out. It is a pretty big wind turbine, but I just use the pillars and get the vanilla wind turbines. I think it looks better with these pillars. It actually looks pretty good. Now these are real pillars, not the crappy ass pillars they gave us in the game. But anyways, what we need to do is I went ahead, did the hole, got this hole set up on my own, and then we need to go set up the doors so that way we can try to hide it. Now I'm not 100% certain how I want to try to do this. Probably going to have to figure it out as I go along. But the first thing I need to do is I don't like wasting space. What I need to do is I need to try to figure out how to use the door and still be able to pass hydrogen through it, because that's what we're going to be using it for. This whole area, the top platform, the door, and probably all this top platform will be to make hydrogen. So I don't want to have the doors non-functional because that's just the way I usually build. So I need to figure out how to get it conveyed up with the pistons. I also need to figure out all the spacing. This is going to be interesting. Alright. So if you saw the last episode, you know what I'm trying to build right now. But what I need to figure out is I need to figure out all the spacing. So I decided that on this side, the door is actually going to go 2 blocks. And on this side, the door is going to go 3 blocks. So that way they're matching up, but not going towards the center. So that way it's a little bit easier to hide this thing once I get it fully built. So this one will go ahead and go to 3 blocks. So the door is going to have to be 3 blocks long. Going from here out that way, it's going to have to be 3 blocks. So when it retracts, it's going to be level with these blocks right here. Let me actually grab a block real quick. So 1, 2, 3. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and back it up 1 so that way we can get like the perfect distance. So we'll go back 1 more. And that will give me the space I need to move stuff around, stuff like that. So I think will it be right there? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and then I need the piston. That's right. So I need to go back, and then I need 1, 2 for the piston that's going to move the door that way. So yeah, it looks like we're 1 gap. I did do it correctly. Good. So what I need to do now is I need to add a conveyor. We need to be able to pass the hydrogen through to the ship that we're about to build in hopefully next episode. And I also need to make, oh shit, got rid of that. There we go. I also need to dig a little bit more and figure out the conveyor system. Oh, once we get the shuttle done, get that built, we can go ahead and figure out where everything else is going to go. I also need to figure out a way of getting to the ship that is hidden underground. So what I think I'm going to do is I need an elevator that will go down to the point where we can access the cockpit. Best place to do that would probably be right in here. So we do have a spot right here which I don't have anything for, and I can build a little hidden elevator so people won't know what's there unless they're actually looking for it. So I think that's what I'll do. That should work out. I just need to figure out where the cockpit is going to be so I know where to dig the thing and where my tunnel is going to be. Alright, so like I said, what I want to do now is we're going to add a conveyor. I'll worry about the digging and everything else, getting the conveyor set up on my own. But for right now, I just want to get everything in place. So then what then what we need is we need a piston. So yeah, I've been streaming a lot lately, so I've been using up my voice, and my voice is starting to mess up a little bit. I'm getting a lot of frogs in my throat because of how much I'm using my voice. Alright, now we want a second piston, but we want to turn this one that way. Same thing on the other side. So yeah, after this, I think I'm going to take a break from streaming for a little while, let my throat kind of heal a bit. And hopefully I can get my voice back. 6, we need a conveyor. So what I'm trying to do now is I want to try to free up as much room against the walls so we're not grinding as much, which will allow the pistons to move a little bit easier, a little bit freer, and it'll be more reliable. That's the whole thing. I need this thing to be reliable. When I close it, I need to make sure that it does actually close. So the next thing I need to do is I need to figure out where to put the O2 generator so that way it looks like it's a full floor. The floor is nothing but O2 generators. There's no door. There's nothing hiding underneath. This might be a little bit difficult. It might not even work out. Let's see. So we'll put this one here. So this one, like I said, is going to be 3 deep. So let me try O2 generator. We need to make sure all the access points are aligned. So like that. Yeah. And then we can go ahead and take this one and turn it this way. Oh, that's going to leave a gap. Yeah, it's going to leave a hole in the center, which I would have to fill with something, and then it's not so hidden. Alright, let me try this. Let's put you there. And then O2 generator. Try you there. Then another one the same direction, this way. Have this one, the access point is right there, so if I put that one there, that gives me a full door, and it should have, except for that conveyor junction, which is right there in the middle. But then it actually looks like this line right here is going to be the center of the door. So it's better that it's going the opposite direction and there's a conveyor junction right there. It makes it look like I was trying to fill up space in the center. Then all I have to do is I have to copy this right here to the other side and make sure all the that might not work. Well, I think a few O2 generators on this door are not going to be connected. Or I could still make it a 3 door, door that is 3 long, just have it come out 2. Yeah, I could do that. Alright, what I need to do right now is I need to figure that out, get everything welded. I should have all the resources I need to get this all done. Also, another thing I need to do at a later date is go find some more ice. But yeah, I got plenty of stuff, so we should be able to finish this quickly. Alright, so there was something I had to change up real quick. Let me go ahead and go show you guys real quick. So the way I set up the pistons was kind of bad. Here, let me show you what I did. You might go back in the video and see how I did this. But I did the piston and I put it on top of that piston, so it was actually back one block. Like an idiot. Just ignore me. But I had to move these pistons back so that way I could put the conveyor junction there. But I think we're all good now. What I had to do was, when this thing fully extends, this is going to be the middle row. Then you'll have that section there, and then another access point for that O2 generator. What I needed to do to make it look like this whole thing is lined up the exact same way on both sides, and it's not a door, everything is connected, I had to do the same thing over here. So on this side, the only thing that is going to be showing are these two blocks. So we have the artsy section, we'll just call it artsy, and then an access point. So like I said, center row, artsy section, access point. So hopefully they should match up by the time we do this. But next thing we need to figure out is we need to figure out the distances for the pistons. Now what you don't want is you don't want to try to extend this piston when you have pressure against that piston pushing up against the ceiling. So what we're going to have to do is that's going to have to extend and retract while this piston is fully retracted. I'll explain it a little bit better later on, but I'm going to go ahead and put a block right there so that way we could use that to put a stopper on this piston. Now I'm not going to share inertia tensor. I'm not going to add any power to the impulse. We're just going to leave it very weak, so that way it just goes up to the height that we need it, which is level with these O2 generators. And that should give us our minimum height. So reverse. Yeah, I was worried about that. Let me go ahead and turn on inertia tensor. That should get it moving, hopefully. Yeah, I might have to move this wall back a little bit so that way it's not causing stress on the door. But that right there, that is the minimum distance. This is where it lowers to come for the door to come back in. So as you can see, when it's fully extended, we need it to be level with those blocks. So that's our minimum distance, which is 2.3. So let's go ahead and set that one up. So 2.3. There we go. So it will not go down past that point. Now what we need to do is I need to go ahead and reverse that piston so we don't have any pressure up against the ceiling. So reverse. And it should stay. Yep, there we go. Now what I got to do is I got to check this piston. First we need to get the minimum distance, which is going to be level with these blocks right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a block there, which should stop the piston so we can figure out the distance for that. I also need to keep an eye on my energy and stuff too. I haven't been doing that and almost died a couple times. Alright, so share inertia tensor and reverse. Now hopefully this thing will fully extend depending on the collisions. Did it? It did. Alright, so we're doing pretty good so far. Let's see what the minimum distance is on this one. 2.3 again. So 2.3. There we go. Alright, now that we got that, what we need to do is we need to figure out the distance we need to extend that piston to its max distance. So we need to, actually let me set up the block first. So 1, 2, 3, it's going to come out to here, so our stop needs to be right there. And if it fully extends, that should be our max distance. I'm okay. Think it might be getting stuck right there. Well, shit. I might have to get rid of this bottom row. That's okay because it's not going to be showing. There we go. I mean, I can figure out a way to hide that, but I don't need to worry about this being airtight. It would be nice if I could make this whole thing airtight. I probably could make it airtight if I figured it out. But yeah, there we go. Alright, so for that piston, that is the max distance, which is 9.8. So max distance 9.8. Damn, that piston was almost fully extended. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to figure out the max distance for that piston, which means we just get rid of that block. And then I think, yeah, we have to reverse the piston so it extends. And see if this is going to work out the way I hope it will. It's not extending. Damn it. I was kind of worried about that. There it goes. Now hopefully it'll extend all the way where these are level. Right to there. Alright, let's figure out what the max distance is on that one. It's 4.8. Alright, so max distance 4.8. There it is. Alright, so what we also need to do is I need to go ahead and get these set up on timers. So that piston will fully retract, so that way it will bring down the door, and then that piston will retract, opening the door. So yeah, this might actually freaking work. I was worried it wouldn't, but it looks like it will. And the collisions are not freaking out. It looks like everything is fine. Is everything level though? That's the question. But yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll switch out this platform for O2 generators. That might fix that issue. Make it all look the same. But yeah, what I need to do is I need to go ahead and get the other side set up. Now the other side is going to be a little bit different. The piston that goes up, that piston right there is going to be the same as the other side. The minimum distance on this one is going to be different, and so is the maximum distance. Will it? Yeah, because it has to, the minimum distance will be the same, but the max distance will be different. Heard an explosion. What the hell was that? Hopefully it wasn't anywhere near me. But anyways, let me go ahead and get this done, and I'll be right back. Alright, so there were a few issues, a few things that I had to fix real quick. One thing I realized was this door can't be the same length because it only takes up 2 spaces, which means these 2 conveyor junctions, or the O2 generators, my bad, the 2 right here are not connected, and the 2 right there are not connected to anything. I'll have to see if there might be a way I could go ahead and try to connect those, but if I can't, then yeah, I might be stuck. Well, what I could do is I have to move these platforms anyway, so what I could do is still make that a 3, except it will take up this row right here, and then what I could do for this row is, so yeah, this row would be part of that door, and this row right here will just put some O2 generators just to fill in the gap. I think that would work. But as you can see, I was having some issues with the doors moving. That's why these gray blocks are here, because I didn't change the color. I started getting rid of blocks because I couldn't get some of the doors to move. I just don't want to add power to them and then have them blow up. But I think we should be okay. There is one thing I forgot to do that I'm gonna have to do real quick. But what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and test these out and make sure they actually work. So I went ahead and named all of the pistons. There is one thing I do need to do though. You'll see here in a second. So we got pistons close. Now if you notice, those two doors stop at different times. So that door stops and then this one stops. What I would like to try to do is figure out what speed I need to move this piston so that way this door stops at the same time that door stops. Making it kind of even, making it look like it's made that way. I also have a little bit of a gap which I need to go ahead and close up. Let's actually go F8 and see. Yeah, it's an obvious gap. I'm gonna have to close that up just a little bit. That's simple, that's easy. I just need to move both pistons in just a little bit. Alright, now what we need to do is I need to take this piston, which is in a group, and I need to raise those. So pistons raise, reverse. And they're moving at the same speeds, but I guess because there's more area on that door than there is that one, it's creating a little bit more friction. So I might have to turn the power up on that one just a little bit to try to get these to raise at the exact same time. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I need, so these pistons raise, need to come down. Let's go ahead and also turn up the impulse just a bit. Alright, so it should be down now. Alright, let's see if they go up at the same time now. So pistons raise, reverse. There we go. Ooh, are they stuck? No, they're up. Alright, let's see what we got. So end result is this right here. So there are a few things I could do to go ahead and try to tweak this. One thing I do need to do is I need to add the timers so we can automate that. But I got time. I don't know if I have time to do that in this episode. I'll probably have to do that on my own, but I do need to get the hell out of here. So let me bring these back down. So, no, I need the group. So piston raise. There we go. And now I need the piston close, reverse. And there we go. Okay, this one gets snagged up a little bit, it looks like. Did I turn up the strength on it? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. Well, it does get snagged a little bit, but that's okay. As long as the whole thing closes like it's supposed to. So I think, see, I put these right here because I was having an issue getting these to the doors to line up and then raise. So I thought maybe putting a ramp right here might work as like a wedge to wedge them together. But I don't think I need that anymore. So the door works. It works just fine. Now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and put the blocks. I need to go ahead and add a few more O2 generators. So that way we have the ones back here, and then I'll add some more O2 generators to this platform so it all looks even. Then I'm curious to see if it's going to move like it's supposed to. Then I also need to raise the speed of that door so it moves a little bit faster than that one so they come to the center at the exact same time. That's going to take some work. That one's going to be fun. But next episode, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and start figuring out what we're going to do about a rocket to get ourselves into space. I'm just going to go simple with this. All it needs to do is be a respawn ship with a little bit of cargo so we can take some resources with us. We'll see how we're going to build that in the next episode. Until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.